And so we reached the final chapter in the Roger Moore series. And this is my second favorite Roger Bond film because it's right after For Your Balls Only, and they really knew how to end the Roger series well. First we had Christopher Lee, now we have Christopher Walken, who was praised for a classic Bond villain. It was also a commercial success with the song View to a Kill by Duran Duran, which earned a Golden Globe nomination for Best Song. And talking about good finales for Roger, they opened the movie with another great opening. And once James Bond goes sledding and he's running away from army people, this time it's an all-out chase because he received a microchip. Also, 003 died this time. So bad luck for him, right? Yet again, another British agent dies in the Bond franchise. Joy. So after the epic sled chase, and when I say epic, I really mean epic because there's explosions and that's all there is to it. I'm gonna miss you, Roger. So where was I? Oh right. So upon James's arrival back to Q, he starts analyzing the microchip, and it turns out to be a copy to withstand an electric magnetic pulse, and it was made by a government contractor named Zorin. And before the film, they leave a little note saying that the name Zorin might have been based off a real person or a company that didn't want any trouble with any of that. This Bond film is also the fourth James Bond film to be an entirely original screen copy, along with The Spy Who Raped Me, I mean Loved Me, Moonraker, and Pussy with the Word Octo in it. Now let's talk about Zorin. He is a fancy old kook, and he has a servant who is a big, tough, buff woman. He also cheats too because he won a horse race and one man thinks that he drugged the horse. So this guy must not want him to win a trophy then. And another great scene is when Bond is talking to a detective and he gets assassinated by Zorin's bodyguard when she throws a butterfly at him. Then a big chase breaks loose and James goes all around chasing her, and in one scene he gets in a car and it gets sliced in half, and yet he's still driving the damn thing, which is hilarious. Then he gets on a boat and ruins a whole wedding cake, and Zorin is one crazy bastard. And in one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when they're having a conference plotting to make more microchips out of silicone. One guy stands up and wants no part of it. Then Zorin politely asks him to step out. Then his bodyguard takes him out of the room and tells him to go down the stairs. Then she opens a trap door and he makes the stairs turn into slides, and the dude goes falling out to his death. Damn, I guess if you disagree with Zorin's plan, then you're going down to hell. There is a lot to be said about this movie. A whole lot of donkey wonky stuff happened. Cool ass fight scenes, car chases, explosions, everything. That's what I call a final for Roger's final role of James Bond. The final scene is great too, with the bridge and the big balloon floating about, and James and Watkins are going at it on top of a metal scenery of the bridge, and Christopher falls off the bridge, but before he does, he starts laughing like a fucking maniac and he dies. And after seeing the villain, I say that he is definitely up there on the craziest James Bond villains. And at the end, which is not really surprising ending, there is a little robot sneaking about in the house, only to see James making out with Stacy in the shower, and closes the door saying,
"What's he doing?"
"Just cleaning up a few details."
Oh, James.
So, A View to a Kill. Man, let me tell ya, definitely a favorite of mine, and a crazy ass movie too, and that's what I love. So as we come to an end of Roger Moore series, even though he was older than Sean Connery, which is weird to me because if Sean Connery was getting too old for James Bond, why would they use someone older than Sean to play James Bond? But who cares, we have Roger Moore, boy. And next we should move on to a different, not long-running new James Bond actor, and he is known as Timothy Dalton. So long Roger Moore, and hello Timothy.